get so strong enough.
Hey everyone, it's me. I have a little bit of free time today, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on my stone backsplash. Some of you might have noticed that on this side, I have a stone backsplash, and then over here, it's just white walls. And then over here, I have this stuff, which I don't like that stuff. So what I've been doing is taking this stuff down slowly and then putting my stone backsplash up. And so today, I'm just going to work on that for a little bit today. This is definitely one of those projects that is slow and steady wins the race. I don't want to do too much at one time and get burned out. So this is definitely a project that's going to take me a little bit of time. But what I'm using is a degreaser. I'm going to pull everything out of the corner here and then degrease the walls and scrub them down and then let them dry. And then I have this Simple Set pre-mixed thin set mortar. I'm going to be using just an old rag and an old butter knife because I do it differently. Because I don't use that tool, that whatever that thin set tool is. That it doesn't work for me. So, and then the first thing I'm going to do is go through my stones, and I have a lot of them. These came from Lake Superior, and I'm going to put them on the floor, some of them on the floor, and go through them and pick which ones that I like and set them up here on a towel here, wash here, rinse here, and then dry over here. I want to make sure that they are dry as possible and clean as possible of sand and dirt, because I don't want them to go on the wall like that, because that could compromise the adhesive, and you obviously don't want them to fall off your wall. So I'm going to do everything in my power that I can to make sure that that doesn't happen to me. All right, well, I'm going to get started. I only have 2 hands, so I'll get started and go from there. So I've got my wall degreased, and I got my stones separated the way that I think that I would like them. I only go through one bag at a time, because if I dumped them all out, I would be really overwhelmed with them and it would just not be good. And I'm going to be washing them here. Then I'm going to wash them with this little scrub brush here to make sure that I get all the sand and dirt off them. And I'm going to set them over here. I'm going to give them a rinse first and set them over here. And then I'm going to take them and I'll set them over here to dry completely. And then I'm going to go ahead and start my process of getting them on the wall. Okay, so now I've cleaned that towel full, but I still have more in there to go. So I'm going to transfer these stones over to that towel, and then I put another towel down here so that I can just get them all on there all at the same time and let them dry. So now that all my stones are clean, I've placed them on a board and I've surrounded them with cardboard boxes, because if you're like me right now, I can't be outside to do this because it's getting too cold and now it's raining. But I'm going to spray them with this on both sides and make sure not to miss any. And then I'm just going to let them dry. If you do have to spray them on the inside, make sure you have a window open with a fan blowing. I mean, we all know that we shouldn't be breathing this stuff in. So just make sure that you do it properly and you do it safely. So now that I got my stones lacquered on both sides, I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I think they're really pretty. They're not overly shiny. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start putting thin set on them and putting them, trying to find the straightest edges first, and then I'll go to here, and then underneath I'll start. Okay, now that I have my rocks done, I'm going to start putting them on the wall now. And I will take one and I will put it on the wall first to see, just to make sure that's where I want it. And I want to find the straightest edges first to go against this so that there's not a big gap there. And that looks like it's going to work. So I'm just going to go ahead. Kind of like frosting a cookie. There's a lot less waste and it won't dry out on me because I have a tendency to be kind of fussy when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, if you know that you're not going to be in your house for whatever the next 30 years, I guess that's fine. But for my husband and I, we are going to be here for the next 30 years or until we die. So it's got to be done the way it should be, or the way I feel it should be for my home. Because we're the ones that we got to live with it. So it's important. And then my rag here is just to kind of catch any scragglers there. Wipe the stones off as I go. Now, I'm not going to put any grout in this yet. I'm going to wait until I get the whole kitchen done. That way I can add stones if I need to. If I left like too big of a gap somewhere, I can stand back and look at it and say, oh, that needs a stone. So I can put a stone in it. And I couldn't really do that if I put grout on it first. So that's what that's going to be. So moving along, I'm going to just start putting on the wall. You'll see with this one, it's got like a little divot or a crease in it. And I'm going to use this part, this crease here, to go into the corner. Because I need at least 4 of them, or one. I have to make sure that the outlet cover will be able to be put on and off fairly easily. So I'm just going to go like that, leave a little gap. So when I find pieces like that, I have to use them right away so that I don't lose them. And then I'm scrambling around trying to find, where's that one piece that I had? So it's okay. It'll stay there just fine. This right here, this, I'm by myself, so I'm hoping that this is in focus. It's Simple Set Premix Thin Set Mortar. And this stuff is really good. This is a big rock, and it can hold this. If I put it right here with this stuff on it, it would stay right there. It wouldn't slide off and it wouldn't fall, which I was pretty shocked about that, about how strong that really is. So let's see. I think I'm going to go maybe move that over just a hair. Okay, everybody, hi. Okay, this is my last stone that I'm going to put in. I've been at this all day. As you can see, I've done quite a bit of work. And I'm kind of having to shuffle myself back here in this corner because it is a very deep corner. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I do this in case I didn't catch it on the other video that I made. But I frost them like a cookie almost. Like you would a sugar cookie or whatever. Like that. It just keeps things cleaner and neater. And then, okay, here I go. No, don't laugh. Okay. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to push on it. Get it stuck to the wall. And I'm going to take my knife. I'm just going to clean it up around it. Like that. Just go all the way around it as much as I can and clean it up. And then if there's anything left on the rocks a little bit, then I'll go through with a wet rag and get that off there. But that's how I do this, and it seems to be working very well, and I love the way it's turning out. So I'm done for the night. I'm tired, very, very tired. Good morning, everyone. So I just kind of wanted to show you how my process works here with these rocks. It's day 2, and you'll see that I have different piles. Some are straight, some are round, some are a little, I think some of these are a little bit too thick to put on the wall. And then I have some thinner ones and some smaller ones. And then I just have kind of some neat stuff over here that I found. These are bricks. That's not, but these 3 are bricks that I found on the shore. And just little, oh, here, Cooper, there's your baby. There's your baby. He's like, how dare you throw my baby at me? You monster. Cooper, what's going on? Hey, puppy. Hey, big boy. Hi, big boy. Oh, are you camera shy? Are you camera shy? Are you camera shy? He said, no, I just want my belly rubbed. All right, I give you belly rubs. You're such a good boy. I love you. Okay, so I'm going to do as I did yesterday and go through and wash them and then dry them and lacquer them and then frost them like cookies and get them on the wall. And I'm just going to kind of keep plugging along, which is kind of what I'm doing today. I'm kind of plugging along because my fibromyalgia is kind of acting up because of the weather change. It's cold and it's rainy and it's wet, so I'm kind of having a little bit of a flare-up, but the more I move, the better I feel, so I'll just keep on moving. See you in a while. Bye-bye. Okay, so I've got the majority of it done, all the way over to the fridge, and I've got some filling in to do, but I got the biggest stuff up, so this is what I'm going to fill in with, these little guys. Kind of look like deer poop in a way. Maybe I'm just thinking about deer and venison because it's getting close to deer hunting season. But that's what they remind me of. Deer poop. Anyway, I'm going to fill this in. I'm going to fill it in with the deer poop. And it should be good. I'm really, really happy with the way this turned out.
It's so strong.